Welcome back to Ask the Attorney. I'm Amy Rao Mohan along with Kevin Kennedy from the Kennedy Law Firm. We've got lots of calls already. Keep those calls coming in at 737 plus 737 7587. And again, any type of question for Kevin, whether it's civil, criminal, bankruptcy, family law, estates. Yeah, we've got all of it. So here we go. We've got Hank here. Hi, Hank.
Good evening.
Good evening.
How are y'all tonight?
Great. How can we help you?
Well, what I was going to tell you first is, you know, the old saying about lawyers. But I think I know one lawyer its name's written in the golden books upstairs.
Come on, and you can tell that it's the truth. That's the main book.
And that's you, brother.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. That's one of the books you know, when I was at the law school, I used to read all these books. They make you read books and books. I had a master's degree, read all these books. And at one time I felt bad because I wasn't reading the Bible enough. So here's what I'll say about that. If you read the Bible and do what it says, you're going to miss a whole lot of the problems with the law. It says, you know, the fruit of the Spirit, love, peace, joy, patience, long-suffering. Against such there is no law. So dwell on that.
My question is, Kevin, is that the lawsuit against the Roundup class action. I've used a lot of that Roundup in my day, and now I have leukemia.
Wow, I'm so sorry to hear you.
Is that a legitimate lawsuit? I mean,
well, you know, we're seeing the same thing that you're seeing. It's being advertised. So what I would say, I'd get my medical records and I would go file a claim. What happens, the insurance company, they get a pile of money and they know that we have to put that in reserve. So the odds are someone's going to be paid out those money. We don't know if it's going to be 100 claims or 1,000 claims, and so we move from there. But if I had those issues, it certainly makes sense and it's rational. You know, with Agent Orange for years, the government said, there's no problem, no problem. Y'all drop it. Well, then guess what? Years later, we had cancer, diabetes, all kinds of health issues from that, and so they paid out. So I always tell everybody, even when you're in doubt, you know, try to file a claim.
All right. We've got Sandra here. Hi, Sandra.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
What can we do for you?
I have a question. I had a little fender bender. I was sitting at a red light and my foot slipped off the brake and I barely tapped the lady in front of me.
Well, we've all been there, so I'm listening to you.
We agreed at the time I didn't have insurance. So we agreed to settle it on our own and let her uninsured motorist take care of it.
Okay.
A police officer pulled up at the time we were talking, and he wrote out a little, not a report, but it was on the report it said the damages was less than $500.
Okay, go ahead.
A month later, I get a letter from her insurance company saying I owe her $1,300 something for a whole bumper.
Yes.
Do I have a case on that, or do...
You can always hire a lawyer and try to negotiate that settlement down. You know, we have this happen every day. So the one lesson is get insurance. Don't drive without insurance because it can prevent a whole lot of problems. And you're lucky that the police officer didn't write you up a ticket and say that you didn't have insurance and all of those things. But no, you can hire a lawyer and say, I took a picture, try to document, you've got your own evidence. If it's just a little fender bender, just a scratch, you can go to someone and say, how much would you charge to fix this? They can write you an estimate. And you say, look, the estimate's $300. I'm going to pay you the $300, and you can negotiate. You'd be better off to hire a lawyer and let him do a little negotiating and get it settled. If you had the money, great. If you don't have the money, maybe the lawyer can set up payments for you, and that assists you. Now, if you don't do anything, guess what the insurance company's going to do? They're going to file with the state of Tennessee and take your driver's license, and that's the legislature. You see these great lobbyists from the insurance company. They know how to collect their money. They know how to lobby for the laws. Laws, many are written in their favor. That's why you need a lawyer. Go ask them. And you know, that everyone says a lawyer is worth his weight in gold. That's what I say. We've got a bunch of lawyers, but if I was against the wall, my son, Amy, and you, we would all go hire a lawyer.
Yeah, so don't just sit there and do nothing, for sure. We got Randy here. Hi, Randy.
Hi.
How can we help you tonight?
Well, I have a house in Mount Juliet, or had. I did the Obama Making Homes Affordable plan.
All right.
And they set you up in like a Chapter 13 bankruptcy, and then they negotiate to get your payment down to a fixed rate to make it affordable. So I had my wife break her hip at the post office and could no longer work. And so we were working on getting the home payment down so I could afford it.
Yes.
And they put you on a 3-month payment plan, and we did this last year, and we made payments for August, September, and October. Then we on November 10th, we're told we missed the second payment, and my lawyer said, wanted to see the copy of the receipt because we had to mail them in to Walmart electronically. Well, what was the company? SLS Mortgage Company. They received it on a Friday, the payment. Monday, they sent it back without notifying anybody, and it just sat in Walmart's system.
Yes.
Found this out on the 10th. So they said it was more than 30 days you missed your payment.
Yes.
So you don't qualify. So my lawyer said, well, we did our job.
Yes.
I'm sorry they did this to you. So then we got a different lawyer to try doing this again, and they filed Chapter 13 again and got the stay so they couldn't foreclose on our house.
Excellent.
And started all over again. We did the trial payments again. We've been doing, and then we went to find out what, after the 3 times, what the negotiation was going to be, and we found out that they ignored the foreclosure, and they foreclosed on the house.
Oh my goodness!
May 1st, May 2nd, gave our house back to Mellon Bank of New York, and they did a middle of the night 4-hour. What did they call that?
Auction.
4-hour auction that nobody bid on, and then sold it back to Mellon Bank, never notified us.
Well, there's a host of problems.
We don't own the house anymore, and there's over $200,000 in equity in it.
Wow, that's a lot of...
That's a whole lot of problems, and you did what was right. You're not the only one that I heard with that problem with Walmart and these companies. I would tell you to contact the Tennessee Consumer Affairs. I would file a complaint, and you can likewise go to the District Attorney, Attorney General. You know, what they did to you was horrible, it was wrong, and I would try to pursue that with Tennessee Consumer Affairs and see what kind of direction they would help you.
Yeah, and see if maybe there is some type of wrongful forfeiture action.
It is. Go ahead.
We've got George here. Hi, George.
Hi, how are you doing today?
Good. How are you?
Pretty good.
How can we help you tonight?
Yeah, my wife, her dad had recently passed away a couple of years ago, and her mom was in a nursing home, had Alzheimer's and dementia, but she passed away a few years before. He was in the process of putting her as executor of her mom's estate. Well, he passed away while this was going on.
Yep.
So she kept getting letters from the insurance company about trying to handle it. Well, I couldn't do anything about it because I'm just her husband. They wouldn't,
Yes, that's correct.
They had to talk to her. What can I do? Because I don't have a clue how much money, if there is any.
Okay, 2 or 3 problems develop. You need to go see an estate lawyer and talk to them. What else comes up? He probably should have gotten a durable power of attorney for his wife. If you and your wife trust each other, go get a durable power of attorney, and you could get a power of attorney for health care. If there's a crisis there, you don't have the legal ability to make those decisions without that documentation. So if we'd had that little form, you could have prevented this. Just like everybody says, well, this is my wife. I want to call and say, am I still the beneficiary? Are all the payments? And they said, if you're not the owner, we can't discuss this with you. So that's the main thing. I would strongly encourage you to go see a lawyer and see if the lawyer can make some headway. find out the status of those insurance policies. What we see happen, and we've been very successful in this at the law firm, people have had a life insurance policy for 30 years, and they get down and they just didn't make those last payments or something, and the insurance company says, okay, you forfeit, no money, they pass away. But my lawyers have researched that, and they've done an excellent job in collecting over the years. And it's just knowing a little something. If you said, well, it's over, they said it was canceled, mom and them didn't pay it. It's not over till it's over. And the insurance company doesn't understand that. You know, I had one tell me one day, he said, well, we're not going to pay. And I said, no, you're not going to pay voluntarily, but you're going to pay. And they changed gears. And I like to use this. There's a lot of techniques. If you got an adjuster that is abrupt, you can call the company, give me another adjuster. We have a personality conflict. And so you work the system, don't let the system work you.
A lot of good advice there. And of course, we're going to put Kevin's information on the screen at the end of the show. But keep calling that number, 737 plus 737 7587, and we'll be back after a quick break.